You deserve somebody that wants you. So if they don't want you, let them go. Why do you want somebody who doesn't want you? It's because there's a limiting belief inside of you that says that you need to prove your worth in some way and that you are not enough, and if you have them, then you will be enough. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Lilli. I help you heal from breakups and toxic relationship patterns so that you can create the relationship of your dreams. Today, we are talking about why you need to let them go and the impact that letting them go will have on your life and why it is actually a good thing. After this video, you will feel so much better about releasing them and letting go of the relationship and being able to move forward and create the relationship that you truly want and that you deserve. You need to let them go because you deserve more, and you know you deserve more, but maybe you don't believe it. And that's what I help you do. I help you identify the limiting belief that is keeping you there and help you truly overcome it and actually feel that you deserve it, feel that you deserve better and you can move on and move forward. But that's the thing that's really holding you back. I'm going to explain to you why this is so important, and it's going to help you actually let go of them and move forward. The romantic partner that you choose, the person that you choose to spend the rest of your life with, is the most important decision of your entire life. It will impact you on every single level of your well-being if it hasn't already. It's going to affect your mental health. It's going to affect the way that you see yourself. It's going to affect how you feel on a day-to-day basis. It's going to affect your finances. It's going to affect your children. It's going to affect your physical health. Being in a toxic relationship can significantly impact your physical health. That's why you can have gut issues that are associated with like anxiety and depression. That's why people that have gone through some traumatic experiences, even traumatic breakups or traumatic relationships, come out with autoimmune conditions or hair loss because it creates a stress within the body, and stress leads to inflammation, and that inflammation is toxic and will hurt you, and it can ultimately really damage your health and even kill you. Now, I'm not trying to scare you or make it like super gruesome. These things happen slowly over time, and if we let them build up, if we let all of that stress and inflammation and trauma build up in our body, that is what will happen in the long term. But you have the option, you have the choice to put an end to it and actually heal. Heal for yourself, heal for your mental health, heal for your physical health, heal for your children. You can do it, and I am going to help guide you there. Because here's the thing, maybe you never saw a healthy relationship growing up. Maybe you have no idea what a healthy relationship looks like, what it should feel like. Maybe you think that being yelled at or being hit is normal for a relationship, but I'm here to tell you that that is not normal. And the levels of healthy versus unhealthy, like that scale is wide and vast. So I'm here to help you really realize what you deserve and what a healthy relationship looks like and how to show up in a healthy way, how to show up healthy for yourself, for your children, and for your partner. I grew up with a single mom, so I didn't grow up with an example of a healthy relationship to model what I thought a relationship should look like, or the way that you should communicate in a relationship, what is okay, what is not okay, what good boundaries look like. I didn't get to see any of that, and I know that most people out there really don't get to. And if you did grow up with healthy parents, that is such a privilege, and I am so glad that that is something that you got to witness. But I'm guessing that most people watching this video did not get to see that. And so you know, as a child of somebody that didn't have a healthy relationship, you know the impact that that had on you and the impact that that has on children. Because the person that you partner with, like I said, it is the most important decision of your entire life, especially if you're choosing to have children with them. Because the relationship that you create with your partner is the relationship that gets modeled to your children. And not only are you showing them what a healthy or unhealthy relationship looks like, but you are showing them how you respond in certain situations. You are showing them the level of boundaries that you have. You are showing them your emotional regulation and standing up for your needs and showing your partner support, showing them love. You're showing them both the positives and the negatives, and they're gonna learn and absorb all of that information. In addition, the limiting beliefs that you have about yourself, the love, or the lack of self-love that you have is going to be modeled to your children as well. And the way that you show up, the way that you speak about yourself, or about other people or about life in general does get filtered on and put onto your child, and that creates their beliefs. And the relationship that you have with your child is the kind of relationship that will contribute to their own self-concept and their own self-love and their own beliefs and what they believe about themselves and the world and love in general. And so that's going to have a huge impact. And in addition to that, the person that you partner with, they're going to have their own separate relationship with the child. You're all family, you're all there, but each relationship is going to be different. Even the relationships that you have with each of your children, they're all going to be different because there's different people involved. And so the person that you partner with is going to be the parent of that child too. And the way that they act and the way that they respond is going to affect that child too. So if you choose a partner that is unhealthy, that doesn't know how to be emotionally available, that doesn't know how to regulate their emotions, they are going to pass that on to your child in some way, or your child is going to experience the effects of that. That's why children grow up and they're like, I know that my parent loved me, but they never said it and I never heard it. And I always wish that they would say that. I always wish that they would open up to me. I wish that we could have connected more. But it's because that person never addressed themselves. And so that got passed on, and it was part of the relationship that they had with their children. And that left a gap in their children's lives in some way. And so this is why it's not only, you're not just choosing a partner for yourself, you're choosing the parent of the child or children that you want to have, or even the children that you already have. Because even if you already have kids, like, they're going to be a role model in their life, or they're going to represent something in their lives. And so every choice you make, especially if you already have kids, it's going to affect them. So if you can't give up this unhealthy pattern, this unhealthy relationship for yourself, do it for your children. And you might say, oh, I know that they're going to be a great parent. I know they're going to be a great dad or a great mother because they have this skill or that skill. They can teach them this thing. But also, if they're not emotionally available, if they're not committed to you, if they aren't going to show up for you as the partner that they should be, that all gets passed on to the children too. I know I've already said it, but I'm going to say it again because that is really important. And this is a lens that you can use to filter your partners and the relationships that you have, and so you don't invest yourself into partnerships that are going to hurt you and have a negative impact on the children that you hope to have. Now, life isn't perfect, and life isn't all about stories, and stories can sometimes get you stuck in certain mindsets and frames that can be unhealthy. And also you can use them in a way that may benefit you. And I'm not saying that you have to be perfect. I'm not saying your partner has to be perfect or that everything about the story has to be perfect. But you can use the idea of the story that's been created to help you determine if this is the relationship you want to try to keep and maintain. Or you can use this story as a tool to help you let go. Is this a story that you want to have for your children's sake? Is this what you want to be telling your grandchildren, that for 2 years, for 3 years, your partner wouldn't commit to you? They said they wanted to be with you, but then they pulled back and they pulled away, and it hurt so badly. Of course, most people don't tell their kids that, but that's the honest truth. And is that something that you want to share with them? Is that something that you're going to be proud of, that, oh, you finally earned them? That you had to try so hard? Most of the time in those kind of relationships, it doesn't work out. And even if you finally got the relationship, because of that history, because of the push-pull dynamics, because of all of the healthy things that have gone on, getting the relationship doesn't fix any of that. And so you still need to address yourself and your own past trauma and your own limiting beliefs, because just because you have a relationship doesn't make you successful. Just because you have a relationship doesn't mean those go away. And so if those don't go away, you still have the belief, the underlying belief of I'm not enough, or I need to earn love. It's possible that because you had to try for so hard to try to convince them to be with you, that reinforces, like, this is how love is supposed to be, when that's really not true. So that could even be another side note kind of reminder that, like, even if you were to get back together, and again, in this situation, like, no, but even if you were, it doesn't mean that you've healed the parts of you that need to be healed. And that's why it is important to actually let them go, because maybe you will come back together. Maybe you will come back together, but here's the thing. If you come back together too soon or before you've done enough work, both people, then the same thing is gonna happen again. And I'm gonna say, like, I'm not a huge proponent of just leaving somebody or letting go and like saying that's the end. Like, I think people can have second chances. However, there must be change. There must be recognized change. There must be work that has been done. And both people need to make an effort for a healthy relationship to show up secure. That is how you create a healthy relationship. It doesn't necessarily always have to be two 100% whole, perfect people, because that's not usually what happens. But it needs to at least be two people that are showing up and trying to do the work and communicating, and not just communicating to communicate, but to communicate so the other person understands them. That's key to communication. Both people need to be making an effort to create a healthy dynamic, and that is when it's possible to heal. That is when it's okay. That's when you are creating a healthy example of a relationship for your children. But if you can't do that, that is why you need to let them go. Because this stuff gets passed on. Trust me, I am a doctor. I have seen it in patients coming in for physical health concerns, mental health concerns alike. Both of them involve emotional dysregulation of the nervous system. There is trauma that can lead to both of those conditions. And so it's really important that we work on this stuff. So for example, like emotional dysregulation, that's when you don't know how to handle your emotions. You act solely on your emotions. Maybe you have spouts of anger, or you are oversensitive and you cry super easily. Everything that somebody says might hurt your feelings. Those are examples of taking things too sensitively, too personally, not having emotional regulation, and that is going to have an impact on your children as well. I know I'm talking a lot about children, but even still, even if you don't want to have children, these are important lessons to know. So for example, this is also why kids feel like, and maybe this was you too growing up, where you felt like you were walking on eggshells. You never knew how your parent was going to be that day. You never knew what was gonna trip them up or make them angry. Maybe you hid in your room because you didn't want to be in the way and cause them to blow up. And these are important things to look for both in yourself and your partner, and make sure that you're addressing that before it's impacting the next generation. Because if we can do that, if we can heal ourselves, we can show up as healthy examples for our children, we can actually heal the world. Another reason why you need to let them go is because the sooner you let go, the sooner you can move on. And if you think about it in the way of like, hey, now I know that this person is not right, it's not working out, accept that like this is over, it's done. And I know acceptance is really hard, and that's like a difficult part about this, but like practicing radical acceptance, and I'll probably talk about that in another video, but like practicing accepting like, okay, this is done, and also that means I'm one step closer to finding my person. Because there's this belief of like, if it's not them, then it's going to be no one. Like that means I have nobody else out there, or there's nobody else that's going to be like them, which is all scarcity mindset. So if you switch your mindset from I can never find anybody else like them, there's nobody else like them out there, into now I'm closer to finding my person, now I can find somebody with those same qualities or even better, even more, like now I know there's a better match for me out there, that will change your life. And if you can let go of them sooner, because they're taking up energetic space for you now, and especially if it's been like a situationship, if it's been a long time of an unhealthy relationship, they're taking up all of that energetic space. And if you let them go, then something new can come in. So let them go sooner so that you can actually get what you want sooner. The reason you're here is probably because you didn't have a healthy relationship model to you. And this was a huge realization for me. I realized that like I didn't even know what a healthy relationship really looked like. I had never seen that. So if that is the issue that you're running into, that you keep having unhealthy relationships, you don't know what a healthy relationship looks like, why would you do that to your children then? Heal, choose a good partner, create a healthy relationship so that they don't have to go through this too. It's not about guilt, it's about empowering you and also showing you the impact that you can have, the powerful, positive impact you can have, and highlighting these generational patterns that we can break and let go of, and like we can choose something different because you have the ability to make a choice. It is up to you to decide. You don't have to follow all of the old patterns. You can be the pattern breaker. You can be the one to heal and choose healthy love. And lastly, letting go gives you opportunity. It gives you opportunity to find the one that is for you. It gives you the opportunity to heal. It gives you the opportunity to find yourself. Discover who you are. Realign with all of the things that bring you joy, the things that you love. What do you do? What would you do if it was completely up to you? Because it is up to you. You don't have to rely on anybody else. You don't have to run decisions by anybody else. Where would you go right now if it was only up to you? You get to choose where you eat every night. You get to choose where you travel to. You get to choose if you want to stay here or you want to move somewhere else. Like, you have so many options and opportunities. This is not the end. This is the beginning. There is so much that can come out of this. And if you need help, if loneliness is something that you're struggling with, I have so much more like really good stuff in my other video. Check it out. I'll link it here, I guess. But this is an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity to show yourself that you can stand up for yourself. It's an opportunity to regain self-trust and self-respect and love and confidence. There is so much that you can do. When you let them go, I highly recommend going no contact. If you want my no contact survival guide, 7 easy steps to stop talking to your ex for good, I've got it linked down below. Definitely download that. It's got a ton of great stuff in there for you. You might feel like, oh, I don't believe in myself. Like, I don't know how to do that. Well, break out of that. That is your own like matrix, and that's your own box that you're putting yourself into. Maybe you think no one would support me. I support you. I will support you. I will help you. Like, if you want support, schedule a free one-on-one consultation with me. We can talk about this. I support you because I believe in you and I know that you can do this. There is so much more out there for you. Believe in yourself, believe in life. Like, I believe in you. You are the answer. If you don't believe in you, I will help you believe in yourself. You can do it. Take action. Don't just listen to this message, think, oh, that's great, and then move on. Like, put this into practice. That is how you heal. That is how you move on. You can do it. I don't know how many times I can tell you that, but you can do it. I promise. You can do it. Letting go might just be the best thing to ever happen to you. I know it was for me because I was able to discover my own self-love within that time, and you can do that too. This is your opportunity. Tell me what you think down below. Questions, concerns, topics you want me to cover. Like this video. Remember to subscribe. I post new videos every single week. You can find me on all social media platforms at confidence.reclaimed. You can do it. You are the answer. I believe in you.